I've been an English educator for a large part of my life, more than 30 years in fact, 30 years. I'm going to share with you some tips on how to improve your spoken English, mainly spoken English, but as we go along, probably something about written English as well, particularly written English for business communication, professional communication. Well, I hope you find something useful in what I shared with you.
We're the first to admit that English is a concoction of all sorts of different languages, from Latin and French and German. They're all mixed together with Old English, and it does cause a bit of a chaotic spelling regime in the English language. We're the first to admit it, and that's why we want to bring you some tips and tricks and shortcuts to help you remember some spelling and make you a whole lot smarter in the process. I'm amazed at how well people speak English in Malaysia, but as a writer myself, even I recognise there are lots of tricky pronunciations and spelling varieties caused by English being adopted all over the world, in America and so forth.
Do you find it hard to understand sometimes when Malaysians speak to you?
I never find it hard to understand Malaysians because you see, by contrast, if you go back to England and you go into London, then you listen to the Cockney speaking, or you go down to the southwest of England, listen to the Cornishman speaking, or even the Scots speaking, or the Irish speaking. But luckily in Malaysia, there's an adoption of a very clearly understood dialect, and we all speak more or less the same English here.
But I'm sure there have been some words that stumped you, or some expressions that took you a while to understand. Do you recall any of these? No? Like Ghostan, for example. Have you come across anybody telling you Ghostan?
I have heard that, but being a sailor myself, going astern is quite natural to me, so I figured that out quite quickly.
Okay, let's see. Well, this one may stump you. I heard this on the radio. It was not one of the radio staff, but it was a guest they had on radio, and this person was talking about. Well, she was asked a question about any problems she had in managing her finances, and she said, "There are no hazels." What do you think that means?
No, you got me there. What are no hazels?
It took me a while to guess. Hassles.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's the first time I heard it though, that way. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the snags for Malaysians who are writing and speaking English is the influx of all the Americana by way of textbooks and science and CNN and TV programs, and that brings a lot of American pronunciation and American spellings. And my own feeling is that we better just stick with one or the other.
Yes.
And since we started off with the British accent and the British spellings, I think it's better to have a continuity.
Well, that's what I teach my students too, that I know they are very much influenced by American English because they watch a lot of TV programs and they listen to American songs by American singers. But I said, as far as I'm concerned, they better be consistent. So I show them that, well, I think they can't really tell the difference because they're exposed to both, more of American than British.